Whether it's 37 upshifts in a single scene or showcasing superhuman levels of strength, you have to have respect for the Fast and Furious movie franchise. You have to. No, not for how ridiculous some of these scenes actually are, or even for the cars themselves, even though many of them are insanely cool, but for the fact that these films have inspired a completely new generation of automotive enthusiasts. Allow me to explain. Before the original movie called The Fast and the Furious came out, car culture was at a crucial turning point in its timeline. American behemoths were under fire from Japanese upstarts that were making huge headway into the market from strong late 80s design and overall efficiencies. Not to mention cheap cars that were well built and attainable. The Japanese car revolution was here, and with it came tuner culture. Sure, you had tuners pumping out horsepower in cars for a long time prior, especially in the muscle car era, but never with the efficiency and power tuners were getting out of small displacement Japanese 4-cylinders and Mazda's rotary in the much-loved RX-7. These cars and their tuning capabilities were brought into popular culture by video games such as Gran Turismo and the Need for Speed franchise, but never to the same extent that the Fast and the Furious did. A whole new generation was exposed to a completely different car culture, and in turn created an entirely new fan base for cars. Given the types of cars in the first three films, mostly high-performance tuner cars, we were treated to seeing the birth of a completely new type of performance car and enthusiast, something not many generations get to see. Opening up kids far and wide to fast, loud, colorful, flashy cars was exactly what another generation needed to kickstart automotive enthusiasm. That being said, the films themselves are supremely inaccurate to how actual automotive culture is. I'm not sure about your local car meets, but bikini-clad women and cars driving on two wheels as an entrance aren't exactly a staple of the local 9 p.m. Home Depot parking lot show. But none of that mattered. The film's impact on society had already left its mark. The fight scenes in the later movies and the Michael Bay levels of explosions had many of us scratching our heads. However, the cars themselves were cool, and kids that weren't into cars loved them. Answer me this. Do you honestly think a kid who wasn't into cars would have known what a Lykan Hypersport was if not for the Fast and Furious movies?
You realize what this is? Lykan Hypersport?
I don't think so. Obviously, the cars from Fast and Furious have had a lasting impression over time. People continually create tribute cars, liveries, and you see cars from the movies fetching huge prices at auction. Back in 2015, the Hero Orange Toyota Supra from the first film brought in a staggering $185,000 US. Since then, and more recently, we have seen YouTubers buying cars from the movies. For example, hugely popular US-based YouTuber Tavarish bought the orange Murcielago from Fast 8, The Fate of the Furious. He fully restored it, made videos on his channel, and saw the videos in the car go completely bonkers on views. Oh, and he also took the car to SEMA, where it got an incredible reception and everyone was interested in the car and the story behind it. The generation that was raised on these movies is still out there, still hungry for more, and still loves these cars. I truly believe these movies made an entirely new generation into car lovers. Now, the other side of this is how good the movies actually are. And while that could be a subjective topic, the fact is we've gone from illegal street racing to global espionage. That's not exactly a realistic plotline. And that isn't even mentioning the near comic book character strength we've seen in the recent movies with literally no explanation. But clearly there's a market for it, as the movies keep bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. Fast cars, explosions, and dramatic dialogue tug at our DNA to make us watch these movies. They are mindless entertainment. But let's be honest here. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance 3 UK-based automotive journalists turned you on to cars, or maybe reinvigorated your love for them. While the Fast and Furious franchise likely didn't turn us into car nuts, we can absolutely say these movies have left an indelible impact on both the cinematic and automotive worlds. And for that, we thank them. So tell us, what was your favorite Fast and Furious film? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to the Drive Tribe channel for more incredible automotive content. Be sure to check out our other videos right here, and thanks for watching. See you next time.